Hi, I'm Paul. So first of all, thanks for tuning in. So in my last video, which was a celebration of this channel turning 10 years old, I actually said in it I was getting rid of all my e-bikes. Yeah, if you know me as a person, I changed my mind like the wind. So I've changed my mind and I'm keeping my Escooter V1 Pro because I went a ride on Tuesday and yeah, doing 25 mile an hour through the undergrowth, getting cut by brambles and stung by nettles because I wore shorts was absolutely brilliant. Gave me a right buzz, and yeah, it's the best ride that I've been on this year, probably for the last few years. Really good ride. So I'm keeping my Escooter V1 Pro, what you can see behind me, and I thought the Carrera's really good, but it's only 36 volt, 250 watt, 13 amp hour. And yeah, so I thought, right, I'm taking my battery. That's a Highlong 48 volt, 16 amp hour DIY battery that I've had for about 5 years. That's been my best buy that I've actually bought in e-bike components. It's stood the test of time up to now and still really good. So what I did, I took the Highlong battery and the controller off the Evil Fat one. That's a 20x4 fat tyre electric BMX, what I converted from a mate bike, Mate X, and I've stripped that and I'm selling that bike now. There's links down below in the description to my eBay shop, or whatever you want to call it, my eBay page anyway. And yeah, I put all the links down below. So if you want to buy anything, contact me. I may give you a bit of a discount, especially if you're off YouTube. So yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, this video is converting the DIYCarrera Kraken XC from 36 volt, 250 watt to 48 volt, 750 watt. And as they always say, let's do it! Hi, it's 11 AM on Saturday, the 20th of July, 2024. So in front of you, you can see the 20x4 fat tyre eBMX. So electric BMX. Flo's making a load of noise as usual. So it's an electric BMX that I've converted from the mate bike, Mate X, 20x4 fat bike, electric fat bike that I had, and I sold the frame, I sold the forks, but I kept the front wheel, I kept the back wheel with the motor on, 250 watt, 48 volt. Also, I kept the controller and the display and like the brake levers and stuff like that. So I converted it. I've only ridden it once, but same as with the Mate X, a problem that I have. I live up 2 flights of stairs and it's just too heavy to get up all the time. Puts me off using it. I've not used it. I've used it once and yeah, so a bit of a waste of effort, but it kept me busy when I had not much to do over the beginning of the year when the weather was rubbish. So yeah, it kept me busy, so can't complain. But anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the battery off. What you can see, it's a Highlong 48 volt, 16 amp hour battery, and I've had that for about 5 years. Been the best buy for electric bikes or electric bike components that I've bought. That's been my best buy. It still holds charge really well. It still charges the same time it did when I first got it, and yeah, it's really good. So I'm going to take that battery off. I'm going to take the controller, what's in my bag in my frame there. I'm going to take the display off, and then I'm going to sell the Evil Fat one just as a project, ongoing project. Someone can buy it cheap and yeah, do it up themselves. It'll have the rear motor on, like I said, 250 watt, but you can bang that up to 1,000 watts and you can put higher voltage batteries on it too. Can't you, Floella? Hey, look at her. Cheeky little devil. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all them parts off it, what I've just said, and I'm going to fit them on my DIYCarrera Kraken XC, and yeah, I'm going to run that at 1,000 watts, I think, mod it, get it half decent. I'll have that Carrera Kraken then, an e-mountain bike, and I've decided I'm going to keep my Kuka V1 Pro. It's really nippy, top off-road. I went a ride the other day and it was absolutely brilliant. Best ride I've been on all year. And yeah, I didn't film it either, but it was really good. I'm not going to film myself doing it, and I'm just going to show you each time I've done some jobs, and it's just going to be kept as short as possible, really. Okay, let's do it. Right, I've removed the battery. It was a case of cut one cable tie and just take it off with the keys. So just come off really easy. Underneath the battery tray, I don't know if you can see there, is a triple bob battery mount. That means you can mount a battery to a frame without water bottle holes with threads in. So you've got nothing to mount. You use a triple bob or a double bob battery mount, and that's by Green Technologies. And there's a few copies now, but yeah, that's the original one that came out a few years ago. Anyway, that's the battery removed. I've cut the cable ties off, so it's just a case of take all the stuff off handlebars next. Okay, I've detached the front brake and I've removed all the stuff off the handlebars. That was the electronic brakes and the display, the throttle, a little shifter to go up and down your PAS, and yeah, removed all them, and that's what we have here. So you can see there the battery tray is still attached. So all I've had to do really is unplug the motor. So you've got the motor at the back there. I'm going to remove that Zoom HB100 brake and put it on the Carrera. But yeah, I'm leaving the suspension seat post on and the seat. I'm going to remove that quill stem, the adjustable one. I'm going to put that on my Kuka V1 Pro, and the one that's on that I'm going to put on this with handlebars, BMX handlebars, but I prefer that and it wasn't that cheap, so I want to keep that. So salvaging parts off it as they go along. This little dog laid behind me, watching me. She looks very tired, got runny eyes. I think it's all this dust with it being so dry. Okay, it's now 11:30, so that's it. It's just a frame now, with the forks obviously part of the frame, but the front wheel with a caliper brake. It's got a BMX headstock on, BMX handlebars, the triple bob battery mount, suspension seat post, gear on my back with the Mate X 250 watt motor. It will run at 1000 watt, that with the right controller. Stick a Sabaton controller on it, and yeah, quite powerful. So anyway, that's the bike sorted. So I'm going to get this now. I'm going to put it in my bedroom, and I'm going to bring the Carrera in and start stripping that, and I'll talk quickly about that. Right, okay, so here's the Carrera Kraken XC. Now this is a DIY conversion. This was a city bike. I first got it, it had a step-through frame with 27.5 wheels. And yeah, I don't know why I bought a city bike. I wasn't feeling that great at the time, energy-wise, so I bought it. But it was an half-decent bike. It was a Crystal C1. So then what I did, I bought the frame, what you can see now. That was new old stock from Bankrupt Bike Parts. There's a website and we're on eBay as well. Anyway, that was about £80 the frame, and I took the forks, the wheels, the electrics, the battery, the rear wheel with the motor on, and I swapped them from the city bike and put them on this and made an e-mountain bike. But it's only 250 watt. You can't adjust any voltage or current. So it lacks power really. I think I had a throttle fitted on it, and yeah, the throttle was rubbish, so it's just PAS. And I think pedaling really hard, I mean putting a lot of effort in, you do about 21 mile an hour, so it's lacking on torque. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all these parts that I've just took off the 20x4 flat tyre electric BMX, and I'm going to put them on this. So that's a battery, the display, the controller, the throttle, and yeah, it shouldn't take me long. So first of all, what I'm going to do is take all the stuff off the handlebars, so it won't take me long, and I'll catch up in a minute. Right, okay, so that's the battery and the electric stripped off it, so easy enough. You got the battery there. I had to find my key. At least I found my key for it now. You can see the battery tray at the back there, and my loom, and my brakes, and my display. But what I've got to do, if you look under here, I've got to disconnect my PAS. So my PAS needs disconnecting. But it's already got some nice upgrades, this bike. So they're the original forks off the Crystal C1 City bike, original 27.5 disc wheels, and I've fitted Schwalbe Magic Mary tyres, so that's front and back. It's got a Zoom HB100 cable hydraulic brake, so yeah, that's a nice feature. It's got DMR V8 pedals. They're alloy pedals, so they're nice. So it's also got an M-Wave parallelogram suspension seat post, so that's really good. My brother said to me years back, people are getting these and they saying they're as good as having a full suspension bike, and it's true, it's really good. Even though I've not done many miles on this bike, I still took it in my woods and that. Some nice spaces there, but as you can see, the handlebars have nothing on them now. So I'm going to get all this that you can see here, and I'm going to fit that to it. But I've got to take the PAS off first, so I'll catch up after. I've laid it all out, so I know what's going where. Just a case of fit it now. And this Zoom HB100, I'm going to fit it on my front. So it's never easy, but that's all part of the fun, isn't it? The battery wouldn't actually go in my holes that are set into my frame. So I've actually had to use a triple bob battery mount. So that's coming handy, me having that. And yeah, so I won't be selling that with a 20x4 fat tyre eBMX. So I'm keeping that now. That's the battery fitted. It's absolutely red hot. I'm going to have a break and have a drink. I'm boiling, because that's took about half an hour or more. Right, a few problems along the way, but I've sorted them and it's done. The battery's connected to the controller and the display works. I've turned it on and tried the throttle and it moves the bike. So what I'll do, I'll show you the display and what currents or amps I set it to. So I'll just show you that. It was 350 watt, 36 volt. So I'm going to try running it at 750 watt, 48 volt. So these high long 48 volt 16 amp hour battery, you better get about 40 mile range on them, and that's with a 1000 watt bike. So we'll see. I've never actually done a range test with this, and I'd like to. So that's on my wish list, hit list. So yeah, looks half decent. I'm pretty chuffed with it. I started it at 11:30 and it's now, so it's took me. Look at this cheeky one. Look at this cheeky one. Here she is, DIY dog, aren't you? Hey? Right, okay. So what we're going to do now is set the amps on it, the current. So I'll show you me doing it, and I'll get this on a tripod, okay? Okay, first of all, turn the battery on. Press the little power button. See it light up my bike. So I'm sure, let's get ready to press a brake. You hold it up and down. There. Press the power button twice. Yeah, that's it. Right, what have we got here? I don't know how well you can see this. I'm going down to the advanced settings. I've gone past it. There. So wheel, I need to set 27.5, battery 48 volt, advanced settings, so you put a code in and it's 191 1, 9. That's the same on a few mate bike controllers. So my current limit is 22 amps. So at the minute it's on 22 amps. So what you do, you times the volts, that's 48 volts by the amps, 22 amps, it equals 1056 watts. So that's what I've had it running at. Right, let's sort this, it's timed out. Right, let's go with my amps. So if I set it at 16 amps, as you can see here, 16 amps, now you times 48 volt by 16 amps and you get 768 watt. So that's what I'm going to run it at. Let's sort that out and come out of it. That's all we need to do. Exit. There. So that's it sorted. Hot dog, aren't you? So now I have a 36 volt 13 amp hour battery with the tray with a built-in controller. It's got a PAS attached, it's got brakes, a display and a left hand side throttle, only because that's all I had spare. I bought that by mistake, but I might as well throw it in with this. And there you've got the cable for your motor. So all you need is an e-bike wheel with a motor, probably about 250 watt. Now I'm going to advertise this tomorrow on eBay UK. I don't know what I'm going to ask for it yet. I'll have a think, do a bit of research, see what we're going for, but I don't want loads for it. Okay, so it's done. I've still not done that strap. But anyway, it's finished now. I've set all the handlebar, grips, throttle, display, and the little control button, the controller button. So the forks was a bit loose, so I tightened them. And the crank was a bit loose, I've tightened that. I'm going to check the back wheel after. But yeah, so that's it. Okay, this is the end of the video. You've seen me convert it. If you want to see me ride it, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell for future updates. And if you're already subscribed, massive thanks for watching my video and taking the time out of your day. Cheers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go a ride either later on today or tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching me. Come here, you. Come here, Flo. Flo, come here. Nah, she won't come. Okay, cheers. Bye.